Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my stream. Hope everyone is having a good day, morning, evening, wherever and whenever you're watching this stream. Today is the day we're finally about to tackle Ravenwood. I'm actually pretty excited because I did some planning, some scouting, some researching last night. And I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm ready to dive in. So let me go ahead and get everything set up. Also, I hope the stream is okay because the bitrate is in the red right now. So hopefully that doesn't like screw up things too much. If so, we'll handle that when we get there. But let me go ahead and switch over to the game. And we're also going to go ahead and pull up my little handy dandy sheet, so you can see kind of what I'm thinking about when it comes to Ravenwood. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. A lot of exciting stuff coming out this weekend. You know, if you decide to stop by, I appreciate you, because a lot of people are doing early access to Adventure Awaits. So you have some interesting things that you can be watching. Well, I like to think I'm interesting too, so I won't do that. I won't sell myself short. Okay, let me switch over though. Okay, we're stabilized now. Good. All right, so Ravenwood. If you're not familiar with Ravenwood, that is a world that comes with the Life or Death expansion pack, and it is the next world that we'll be working on when it comes to my doo-doo save file, which is a save file where I go in and I basically just redo everything because I want to. So with Ravenwood, we have 3 neighborhoods that we have to tackle. We have Crawls Crossing, Whispering Glen, and Morning Vale. Also, Tangerina Ballerina. Hello. Good morning. I appreciate you for stopping by. So here are our 3 neighborhoods, and I went ahead and like put all the information and stuff in. So We have our lots, we have if they're occupied, unoccupied, if they're complete, all that stuff. And right off the bat, I think I'm going to keep everything the same. I've only made a few changes. So for example, over in Whispering Glen, originally we had 3 residential lots. But with the upcoming Adventure Awaits expansion pack, because I do think I'm going to get that pack, so I want to start utilizing it in the save, I think I'm going to take one of the residential lots and I'm going to turn it into like an actual castle. Because if you don't know, Ravenwood, a lot of the inspiration for that world is taken from Transylvania. And when I was doing some research, there's a lot of like, I guess, medieval architecture and things around in that region, some of that being castles. So I want to try to build an actual castle, and we're going to make it not just any castle. It's going to be a castle turned into a bed and breakfast type of place. So like a historical place that you can stay in. But on top of that, because we're in Ravenwood, and Ravenwood is pretty spooky, I'm thinking it's going to be a haunted castle. But on top of that, what if we have like a very shy vampire owner? Because I don't know, since it's based off of Transylvania, and I did a little bit of research, a little bit, okay, not that much, but when I think of Transylvania, I think of like Dracula and other vampires. I don't know if that's correct. I feel like it is though. So I thought it'd be cool if we have like a shy vampire that runs this bed and breakfast. But they're pretty cool people though, even though it's very haunted and you might get haunted while staying here. So that's an idea I have when it comes to one of the community lots. Another change that I'm going to be making is over in, over in Crow's Crossing. So again, we have a good amount of residential lots when it comes to this world, but I'm thinking of turning one of them into, I forgot what you call it, when you go somewhere and like you can get your cards read, or you can do like a seance, like some type of reading or something like that. I forgot what that store is called or what that type of business is called, but I think I want to make a sim that owns a small business where you can go and do that stuff. And maybe you can also read up on the history of Ravenwood and buy like a bunch of knickknacks and stuff. And maybe they're kind of a bit of a scammer. That could also be fun, because around Ravenwood there's people that actually are pretty talented, or like they actually know what they're talking about. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but this person, they might be kind of a scammer, and so they kind of piss a lot of people off. And when you go to Ravenwood, like, you probably don't know any better if you're just going as a tourist. So you're like, oh yeah, let's hit up the shop. Like, I saw it on Simstagram. It sounds pretty cool, even though it's not the real deal. Like, people still go there, so it pisses a lot of people off. But that's some of the ideas that I have when it comes to Nordhaven. That sounds really cool. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I think it would be pretty fun to play into, and I really can't wait to get my hands on this new pack. I was watching Little Simsy's review of it, and it sounds pretty good so far. Of course, there's some bugs and there's some stuff that is probably not going to work as well as it should, but for the most part, it sounded like a pretty solid pack that I wouldn't mind buying. Will I buy it full price? I still don't think so, but who knows? I might change my mind. And then switching over to the households, we actually really don't have that many households in Ravenwood. There's only 4 households, 11 Sims. That's not counting the ghosts that are spread out around Ravenwood. So that should make our job easier, to be honest, when it comes to setting up the lore and getting them ready for doo-doo. But yeah, that's pretty much an overview of Ravenwood. And then let me go ahead and switch back over, or actually, should I go ahead and pull up my Pinterest board? Let me do that real quick. Switch back over to the game so I don't end up doxing myself by accident. Because I went ahead and started gathering some inspo pics. And honestly, I don't know what we're going to start off building. Because while we do have some cool things that we can base our builds off of, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of intimidated. Because like I said before, I haven't really built in this style. So I'm very scared. I'm very scared, but you know what? We'll get through it, hopefully. Let me switch back. I'm excited for the new pack. Sounds like a really good one. It really does. It really does. Especially like after seeing how the whole getaway and custom lot feature will work. I'm super excited about trying that out in my game. I think you can make some really cool lots with those features. Okay, but here's my inspo board, my inspo board for Ravenwood. I don't really have that many pictures right now, but I think this is a good start. So like I was saying, you know, I do want to try to build a castle. Hopefully I can build a castle with what we have in the game. I'm hoping I don't have to break down and buy that castle kit, because I really don't want to buy that kit. But if I have to, that's a sacrifice I might be willing to make. But yeah, apparently the style here is like Neo-Romania architecture or something of that name. Let me see. Romanian Revival. That's the name of it. Romanian Revival architecture. That is the style that we're trying to go for. So I searched that up in Pinterest, and yeah, this is some of the stuff that I found. I also just searched like Romania and some of the cities in that area in Transylvania. I searched that region, and these are some of the pictures that I found. So this is what we have to start with. Everyone, fingers crossed. Hopefully we can actually do something. I think we can. If not, be prepared for a struggle, but we're going to get through it. Fighting, as they say. All right, so let's get to work. Also, Victoria, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day so far. Are you going to do residential lot today or a different type of lot? I feel like we might either do residential or community lot. Honestly, I haven't really thought about it because everything just seems so intimidating. Everything seems very scary. So I don't know. Let me go into the game and maybe I'll make up my mind then. Oh, we're starting off in Nordhaven. Why did I click on Nordhaven? I meant to click on Ravenwood. Okay, here we are. Yeah. I don't know. Everything seems kind of scary, to be honest. What do you think would be easier? Should we just do a community lot? If we do a community lot, I think we'll start off with the bar. And now that I'm looking at it, let me go see where this bar is situated. Because I have a good inspo pick for the bar, but where it's at right now, looks like it's in the woods. I don't know if I want to keep it in the woods. I might switch it out for the lot that's in the downtown area or in the town square, wherever that is. Yeah, this is over like in the woods. Oh, well, this is also kind of in the woods. Okay. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll switch the bar out for this slot over here. But this is not a town square. I thought it was, but this is also in the woods. Okay. Might have to do a little bit of scouting. It's kind of tucked off over here. Interesting. Okay. Let me see if there's any other good locations for this bar. Residential might be easier if you already know what Sims you want in the world. That's also true too. That's why I was kind of leaning more towards a residential, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know the type of Sims that will live there, but it also comes down to like actually decorating the interior, if that makes sense, because like I said, this is a completely new style for me, and I want to try to make something that's, well, true to the Sims, but also feels like it would belong in this world. Okay, this is also 30 by 20. Maybe we can put it over here. Wait, it's 30 by 30. 30 by 30. Let's see. Also, I will be building without tool and better build. So that should be interesting. Okay, yeah, this is downtown. Do I want to put the bar here? Or do I want to keep it over here? I think, I might put the bar down here. Because I like the idea of it being kind of in the middle of everything versus out in the boondocks. So yeah, we might make this the bar. Let me go ahead and make note of that. That's the bar. And then that's going to be where we have our small business that I was talking about earlier, where it's kind of the tourist trap. We're going to have that over here. And then that lot where the bar used to be, we'll just make that into some type of home. Or honestly, maybe we could make it into like a spooky forest. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff you can do in the surrounding forest. There's a lot of interactions outside of the lots. So we don't really have to dedicate a lot to that. Okay, that sounds good. So bar, residential, small business residential. We're going to keep that the nightclub. This is going to be our castle over here. Cemetery. Yeah, I think everything is going to pretty much stay the same. And if we're going to go for a residential build... Oh, shuffling, that's why. I was like, this playlist isn't going in the usual order. But I see why it was shuffled. Okay. So we're starting off with residential. I'm trying to see which one I want to start off with. So like I said, all of these look kind of intimidating. Maybe we'll try. Okay, I think we're going to start off with the small residential or small business residential. And we're going to use this build as our inspiration. Because I think this is perfect for a business / residential lot. I think this will work really well. So we're going to attempt to do this. I think it should be kind of easy too, because it doesn't look too complicated when it comes to the architecture. I think most of the stuff that's happening here is possible in The Sims. I think we can definitely get it to look like this. So this is something a little bit light, something to get our feet wet when it comes to our first build in Nordhaven. How exciting! Our first build. Oh gosh. I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited. So yeah, we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna build it over here on Crow's Perch. Let me get the inspo pic pulled up on my phone so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. This is so hype. It really is. Honestly, this is I say this all the time about everything. But this is literally one of my favorite parts about building a save file. Is just jumping in to a new world every single time. Ooh, also this house looks really nice. Something just popped up on my Pinterest homepage. I'm going to go ahead and save this to the inspo board as well. Like I said, I have really high hopes for Nordhaven. I think this has the potential. Honestly, the last worlds we're building in, Copperdale, Nordhaven, Ravenwood, and Tomarang, I think these might be the best worlds of Dudu, because we're now at a point where I feel like I'm extremely comfortable with building, and I really know this game well. So you're going to see some of my best work, hopefully. Not to toot my own horn, but I will be tooting indeed. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. So it looks like it's on a bit of a raised foundation, but you can also access that bottom part. So I think instead of building on a foundation, we're just going to build on like an actual room. I'm going to start off this way. Maybe not this high though. And we might make this the main floor a medium wall height. I think that will work pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the basic structure down right now. Get our rooms, get our boxes all set up. Maybe slightly smaller for here. Also, hear me out. The Sims that lives here also has a nephew and niece that they live with because the whole tourist trap scam thing. So I was just about to say that when you before you got to the end part. I was like, wait, that sounds like Gravity Falls. So we have our Grunkle Stan and Mabel and Dipper. I'm totally fine with that. And we can keep them as kids too, because there's not really that many kids in Ravenwood. There's a decent amount of teenagers and like adults and elders, but there's not many kids. So we can for sure do that. We can for sure do that. That sounds so fun. I love that idea. Also, there's a lot of things we have to discuss when it comes to Ravenwood. Because when I was reading over, as you guys know, there's some iconic townies that return to Ravenwood from The Sims 2. And I'm trying to think how I want to go about doing their stories. So that's something we could think about or start thinking about. Let's go ahead and place some stairs. We're not sticking with these stairs, they're just a placeholder. Okay, so if we're gonna go kind of like the Gravity Falls type, I'm trying to think what else we can put around this lot, because as you can see, this house is not really that big, but we do have a lot of room left. So maybe we could have, what about like a mini spooky haunted house or something over here? I wonder, how big is that one from Debug? Oh, I forgot. I don't have better build by, so I actually have to put in the cheat. Okay, I'll check for that later. But yeah, maybe we can do a haunted house over here, or like a fake cemetery, or even, what else would we have over here? I don't know, that's something to think about. What would you have at a tourist trap in Ravenwood? I haven't been to a tourist trap type of place in a long time. There used to be like a bunch, because when I was younger, my family, we would always go to the beach for summer vacation. And the beach we went to, it was just like a whole bunch of tourist traps. You know, well, if any Americans are out there, I don't know if they have it in like other parts of the world, but Ripley's, believe it or not, that was always a place. I never went though, because it sounded very scary. And as you guys know, I'm very much a wimp. But it was always that place down there, and a couple other places that were definitely tourist traps. But I guess there was also one other place I went to. It was called South of the Border. And it was basically a rest stop between my home state of North Carolina and South Carolina. Because, I mean, even though it wasn't like the south of the border you would think, it was still south of a border. That was also kind of a tourist trap. So those are kind of my only experiences with tourist traps. I kind of want to make the stairs wider. Oh wait, I just thought, okay, wow. Business and hobbies is literally such a cool pack. Because since we're doing it as a small business, we can actually create kind of some Gravity Fall-esque workers here that we can hire and have work at the shop. I also wonder if kids can work here, like work at a small business. Is that possible? Because, wow, I'm so excited now, actually. That was such a good idea. Such a good idea. Ripley's is goated. See, I've never been, because I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know. The outside, like the advertisement they would always use for it, it just kind of creeped me out. I'm not going to lie. It kind of creeped me out. And plus, it was kind of too expensive for us anyway. So even if it didn't, we definitely probably wouldn't have went. Why can't I put spandrels over here? I'll take your word for it, Tangerina Ballerina. Okay, that looks good. We'll go in and fix the fencing and stuff later. I just want to, I don't know, I just want to get it all right. Also, what's going on here? Oh, okay, wait a minute. I see what's happening when it comes to this build. I mean, we can keep the stairs right here, but I kind of want to make it just like how it is in the picture. Or do I? Actually, I might change my mind. I might just do it like this. Because in the picture, the stairs are right here, and this part of the balcony is closed. But I don't mind having this part extend like this instead. Okay, and then we have something cool going on the corner. It's like a little diagonal happening. Okay, and this is where things start to get a little bit tricky, because there's a lot of roofing going on the side of the building. Might be possible, might not be. We'll see though. I still haven't bought the business and hobbies pack, and now I'm wondering if it's still worth it, because the new pack seems to cover what I want to in the game way more. Honestly, I think it's still worth it. And if you're thinking about getting the new pack, I think business and hobbies would be a good complement to that, as I say. Well, actually, I don't know, because when I was looking at like Little Simsy's review, it didn't really seem like there's that much cross compatibility with business and hobbies in the new pack. Because business and hobbies, like small businesses, they're still their own thing. Like you can't do a small business and use like the custom lots, I think. So yeah, even if you're thinking of getting the new pack, it's still probably a good idea to get business and hobbies too, since it's kind of its own thing. But I highly recommend business and hobbies. Like, you can make a lot of cool stuff, or a lot of cool businesses. And then having the feature to like really customize it compared to the businesses we got with, what was it, Get to Work? Totally worth it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Can you build a roof on a half wall? I feel like you can't, but I feel like I've done it before. Okay, no, you can't. I hope one day we have the ability to like change wall heights. So like this could be shorter than this one. If that ever happens, I'll probably be the happiest person in the world, to be honest. Kira, hello, hello. I appreciate you for lurking. I hope you enjoy. Hope you do some productive cleaning. I probably need to do some cleaning too. My room's kind of messy. Okay. And then there's like a little piece. Like I was saying earlier, the wall height, well, in the picture I'm looking at, it's a bit taller than this one around here, but obviously we can't do that. So I think instead, I'll just make this little bump out. Hopefully that'll look fine. I think it will. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad for an exterior. Especially since we're kind of limited with what we have in the game. And then we have the back part, which that might be kind of a headache because we don't have any pictures of the back. That's fine. That's fine though. Completely fine with that. I can figure it out. I doubt I keep finding different things to clean so the house looks insane. Say that type, but like you find one thing and then you hop to that instead of focusing on one thing. I get that. But that just means, I mean, once you finally finish or eventually finish, you'll have a lot of clean things in your home, hopefully. I'm not good at cleaning. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm a terrible cleaner because I just give up halfway through. Or I won't give up, but I'll just start to like, you know, half-ass it, I guess. And it comes out clean, but it's not as clean as it could be. I had that problem when I was staying at my old apartment. Okay. Then we have a little balcony over here. Okay. I think we might keep the front like this. Maybe we can add a few rooms like back here so this whole build isn't just completely flat. But I'm pretty satisfied when it comes to the structure. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna start fixing up the back of the house. I'm gonna play Sims when I'm done cleaning. That's a good reward. Something to motivate you. Okay. And maybe we have stairs leading back here too. For some reason. I don't know why, but that just feels right. Having stairs on the side of the house as well. Like something like this. Because maybe, okay, maybe these two levels are like the actual, this is the actual house. And then we have this bottom level, or basement, if you will. This is where the store is. And then back here, I don't know what we can do back here. Oh, wait, we can have like a little greenhouse or something. That'd be kind of cute. Because honestly, a lot of the houses I was seeing when I was searching for like inspo pics, a lot of them had some type of sunroom or a greenhouse. So we can definitely try to include that in here. And maybe that will be what the back leads to. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. We can have it jutting out over the edge. Something like this. And maybe another little balcony for some reason. I don't know. I don't really know why we would have so many balconies, but we are. My Sims game is so unstable at the moment. It crashes all the time. Did you update to the newest one, or are you still on like an old update and your game is just, I don't know. Or actually, maybe we put the greenhouse over this way. This might be better. Something like this. And we still have a little balcony part back here. I'm trying to build with the roofing in mind. Trying to make my job easier. Or wait a minute. Okay, wait. What if we do an octagonal room for the greenhouse? That's gonna be such a pain to deal with, but I like the idea of that. The question is, can we do it? Like something like this. That would be kind of cool. Do you have the fairy pack? Unfortunately, I do not have the fairy pack. And it sounds like it's good that I don't have that pack because a lot of people hated it. But I feel like that would go well with this house, especially since we're doing a greenhouse in the back. I updated and took all my mods out. Currently playing vanilla and it's never been this unstable. Oh, have you tried repairing your game? That might help. That's kind of crazy though. I don't know why your game is like that. Because I updated and surprisingly things were pretty fine. Interesting. This is not sitting over. Am I using the wrong roof? No, it's supposed to be 8 because this is the octagonal room. It's just clipping. I hate that. How do I fix this? Oh, do I have to make it that short? It's kind of ugly. And I actually hate that. This is kind of frustrating. I could do this, but I want it to sit right over the room. Because this looks kind of crazy, especially if we do a glass roof. Okay, we might have to not do the octagonal room. I'm gonna not do that. Oh good, I don't want it. I may get the fairy pack when it's super cheap. I may get it or may not get it when it's super cheap. Because I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. Okay, the only selling point for me when it comes to the fairies pack is the fact that I think you could sleep on the ground and stuff. So if you're playing Rags to Riches, that's pretty handy. And also the whole houseplant system. Other than that, I don't think I'm really that interested. Because I was never really a fan of fairies. Even in The Sims 3, fairies were just kind of there for me. back here. And then we have all the space right here. We could just make this a room. I don't know if I want to though. I don't want the house to be like super, super big. Or maybe I'm fine with that. I don't know. That could be kind of cool, but I don't know. Maybe once we start doing the floor planning, I can make a decision. I'm so mad about the fairies pack. I really wanted them, but not as an EP. Yeah, I think it would have been better if they just released it as a game pack like they did with vampires. Because I think, okay, vampires, werewolves, those are some really good packs. Because first of all, they go really into detail when it comes to the occults, which they did with fairies. Everyone doesn't seem to be complaining about fairies. It's just everything else that's in the pack. And if they did it as a game pack, then they probably wouldn't have felt the need to like cram all the extra stuff in there. You wouldn't need to do, what is it, ailments or whatever, and all that other stuff. And then I think people would be pretty satisfied with it. But since you have to cram all those other things in there to make it feel like an expansion pack, that is where the Sims team went wrong. I'll get a new laptop soon, and before I buy any new packs, I'll definitely test with vanilla gameplay. And if the game is still broken, no, not back to Sims 2. Fingers crossed. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll work out with your new laptop. I just wanted to say I have all the packs. Oh, so you're a completionist. That's what that sounds like. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh. This roof is so nice. Amazing. See, the Sims team, they're doing so much better with textures. Like, this is amazing. This is beautiful. I love this. Give me more of this. That looks really good. Now to get this situated. Yeah, I think for this, we're just gonna go with a regular square room. It's too difficult to try to do the 8-sided room. But now that I say that, I don't know what kind of roofing we would use. I guess this one. It's just kind of weird how it's just sitting up against this. I won't think about it too much though. It would be cool if there were stairs from the 3rd floor balcony to the 2nd floor balcony in the back. This balcony right here. Yeah, I think we will go that route because the thought of putting a ladder, we could do a ladder on the inside, but I don't really like that. So yeah, we probably will just do stairs on the outside. I think that'll look better. Alright, that's kind of fine, I guess. I'm not really a fan of how that looks, but I'm gonna move on. For all of our sakes. So let me change the lighting. It's kind of dark. Okay. Now that I'm looking at the house, I don't know how I feel about this part. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I can try to play around with the roof. Just a little bit. And we can do this instead of having it be a bump out. Because I like how in the picture, like it was, okay, wait, let me try to recreate it because I can't explain it with words. It was something like this. And I liked how it looked. I think I do like this better than having it as a bump out. I think that works much better. Yeah, okay. And this is medium wall height. All right. Do I want to make it even taller? Or should we make the bottom floor taller? The tallest wall height. Definitely not. Let's not do that. I'm OG. I even had all the Sims 2 packs. I'm OG as well. I had all the Sims 2 packs. I had almost all of the Sims 3 packs. But for Sims 4, I'm gonna be honest, I just kind of tapped out. There's too many packs out there where I'm like, I don't know if I actually want you in my game, because I feel like if I add you, first of all, I don't really have money like that. So I'm going to be kind of upset if I buy this pack and not even play it. And then secondly, you might blow up my game, because some of these packs out here, I mean, they do go back and kind of fix it eventually, but for the most part, I don't know. You know, it's just, I don't know. But back in the day, I would call myself a completionist. It would take me a long time, because mostly I would only get packs for like Christmas and stuff. Or not Christmas and stuff, just Christmas. Because I was a kid back then who didn't have a job. I don't like that one. We can go with this trim, kind of a dark color. It's not too bad. Yes, I also had all Sims 2 packs. That's why I also wanted to have all Sims 4 packs. But they're just too many. There really are. And there's just going to be more coming soon. But honestly, I'm fine with the packs I have now. If there's something that I feel like I really want, but I don't have, 9 times out of 10, I can just get some CC. And I'll be good. Or I'll be good. I don't know what I would do without CC creators. They really are the backbone of this community. I hate how it glitches out right there. I guess because I'm not supposed to do it, but still. What I might do, I guess we can kind of bring this in a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Do I want to put that there? I don't know. What kind of fencing do we have from this pack? bad, not bad. I was super excited to start on this world because there's a lot of good build and buy items. As you guys know, I'm like a super big fan of the windows that comes with this pack. So I was very excited to finally be able to explore the build and buy fully. Some of my Sims 4 packs were gifted to me. That's how it was for me when it came to Sims 2. The only reason I have all the Sims 2 games is because my mom's friend, she used to be really into Sims 2. And so when she stopped playing, she's like, here you go. And then I had all the packs. Which that was very nice. That's what fully started my addiction to The Sims. Did I paint everything? I think I did. If not, we'll fix it later. And then the bottom area. Actually, in the picture, it's kind of... They do white around the top floor, which I kind of like. And then on the bottom, it's like a very dingy, kind of yellowish color. I like the contrast between that, so I'm going to steal that and do it here. Oh, wait, no, I didn't want to paint it up there. Yeah, we'll change this out for white, and then we'll do the bottom, that dingy yellow. Yeah, this is perfect, perfect. All right, there we go. And let's get some trim to help separate it. I spent a lot of time playing Sims, so I don't feel that bad about spending 100 euros a year on it. But nowadays, I'm scared of it breaking my game. Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks about playing Sims 4 is, like you said, we played a lot, so even though this game is kind of expensive, sometimes you don't mind it because it's just something you actually enjoy, so you're willing to spend that amount of money on it. But at the same time, nowadays, it's kind of scary because with like corruption and then all these updates coming out, breaking people's games, it's kind of hard to fully enjoy it. Because you just never know. Knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, you just never know. You never know. Maybe a thinner trim. Something around here. Oh, I can't put it here? That's so annoying. Okay, I might have to just go back and use this right here instead. But yeah, I think this is it. Okay, this is it when it comes to our structure for the build. This is what we're going to stick with. I'm pretty satisfied with it. And now we can start putting the windows and stuff. And then I think it will start to come along a bit better. We'll see the final or the full vision. Other people have Netflix, I have Sims. Same. My girlfriend got them for me when they weren't on sale. Aw, that's so nice. I mentioned this the other day, but I wish I had people in my life that would just buy me Sims on a whim. Sounds like you guys are living the dream. Must be nice. Must be nice. What if the wall was diagonal in between the two stairways and there could be a door there? I think that might look nice. Between these down here. Like on the bottom floor? We can test it out and see. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the diagonal, unless we put a column here. And maybe, well, I guess that kind of defeats the purpose, would it? Because that would kind of be weird to have a column right in front of the door. Ooh, wait a minute, or maybe not. I do like how that looks. I like the idea of the diagonal, but we definitely have to kind of box it in. Because the diagonal on its own, it kind of looks, well, to me, it kind of looks out of place. But I do like it when we do it this way. She loves me. We are very close. So that's the true test of love, right? How many Sims packs your significant other will buy you. All right, let me go ahead and place those windows down. Also, I still need to adjust my reshade. It doesn't bother me, but I feel like it might bother other people to have like the shading poking through like this. I could just adjust it. That's what I'm trying to say. I could just adjust it for build mode, because a lot of people do that. They have a shader for build mode. And then they have one for gameplay. Okay. Do we have any medium windows? We do. But they bump out like this. Oh wait, no. We have this one. We'll go with that on the side. Very nice, very nice. Cannot use multiple levels. What do you mean by that? Is it because the roof? It's kind of dumb. What if I pull it in some more? Okay, that's interesting. There we go. Do I want to try to lighten this? I don't know if we have any other good swatches. But we could go for the more broken one. Yeah, I like the look of that. Very nice, very nice. We've been friends since I was 13. Right now, so we're close. Aww. It sounds like one of those storybook romances. I'm so happy for you guys. Sounds like one of those relationships that's really hard to come by. So I wish you nothing more than continued success. want to make this part taller. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. That does look kind of better on a taller wall height. I might change the roofing up a bit here. Because in the inspo pic, this part, it doesn't continue all the way around. Kind of stops right here. But if I do that, I might have to adjust this. I don't know. Do I want to do this? I don't think I do, but we'll try it. It wouldn't hurt to try. Nah, let's not do that. We'll just keep it how we had it before. It's fine. We can move this up some. I'm still liking how the house looks, but we definitely need a bit more going on the exterior. It feels flat, especially since we're going for a plain wallpaper. Need a little bit more intrigue. Oops, I did not mean to click on that. I don't know. How about the vampire one? Okay, yeah, that can work, kind of. We just have to adjust the edges of the roof. Or the eaves, whatever you call them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about any of this, actually. Do I hate it? Do I love it? I can't tell. I can't tell. We're high school sweethearts. And oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. No problem. No problem. Okay, this kind of looks better. Sorry I'm spending so much time on this, but I think it's important to get it right. Or it's going to throw off the whole vibes, you know? Maybe we go with the white. Or I don't know. Should we go for the white or this kind of green color? Because I feel like I can go either way, to be honest. That looks nice. It does. But I don't know. It reminds me a little bit of... I don't know why I always forget how to pronounce the name of the studio, even though I've watched the movies a good amount of times. Ghibli. It reminds me of a Ghibli movie. It actually does. You can totally see that, especially with the lighting. Not sharing my age, but let's just say my knees pop when I stand. That's how old I am. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, my knees also pop when I stand, so you could be my age. I also have back pain sometimes. I don't know. But cream? Okay, we'll stick with this one. Yeah, I like that. It just gives it, I don't know, something extra. But now that I did this, let's try it on medium again. There's a lot of questions. Medium or tall? I like the height on the 3rd level, but also if we have it on medium, I like where the roof sits. Also, would it have been better if we did it this way? Okay, now I'm just kind of playing around and seeing what works. What about something like this? Cream fits the vibe. Yeah, I think cream does work. And tall? Okay, we'll stick with tall. Because I don't know what to do, so any answer you give me, I'm most likely going to go with it. I like both, but if you add tall, maybe add another window on the side. Like beside this window, or do you mean like on the side over here? But yeah, we're definitely going to add something because there's just too much space with the tall wall height. Question is, which windows should we go for? Okay. Maybe something like this. And then we can put this window off to the side. And you know what I think would help? Once we start putting like the scruff marks and stuff, actually maybe we should start sprinkling that now. Because that'll help things come together a bit more as well. These walls are too pristine. There's too much white. There's too much blank space. As Taylor Swift would say. So we gotta throw some dirt and stains up there. This is one of the main reasons you should buy For Rent, by the way. For these little stains. You really are a game changer. Okay, that's definitely helping. That's definitely helping a little bit. I got myself a Bluey toy. Wow, I forgot all about Bluey. And my cat took it. Sure, sweetheart, you can have it. Let them enjoy it. Let them enjoy it. Who doesn't love Bluey? Bluey's for everyone. It's nice that the kids, though, that they still have stuff to enjoy on TV. Because at one point, it felt like kids weren't even watching, like, kids programming anymore. It was mostly just YouTube and, like, slime videos. Versus back in the day. Back in my day, you know, we still had, like, Blue's Clues and Cyber Chase and all those other shows. Caillou. Okay, I know Caillou is a bit controversial, but still good television. And I was seated every day it came on. Let's add a bit more on this front part. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good for now when it comes to the grunginess. Yeah, that looks nice. For rent build is amazing. For rent build and buy, I'm not even kidding you, is the best build buy of all time. I use that pack in almost every single build. So if someone asks me, they're like, hey, what pack should I get if I want to play doo-doo? Definitely have to have for rent. Not even for like the rental gameplay, just for the actual build and buy. It's so good. It's so good. My favorite pack of all time. I'm not afraid to say it. It's the truth. It's the truth. What if we add this? Ooh, I actually really like that. Okay, we might stick with that. I was just playing around, but that actually doesn't look bad. And I kind of wish I had tool in my game, because I was thinking about maybe we could rotate this and fit it underneath the roof, because I'm just really trying to find where we can add some more interesting points so the build doesn't feel so flat. Maybe we add some of these underneath. It's kind of big though. What if we size it down? Okay, yeah, it's not bad. And maybe 2 more down here. I don't know, it's just something, okay? It's just something. We won't stick with it. Or maybe we will, I don't know. But I think that looks nice. That doesn't look bad. So we're gonna roll with it for now. We might make this stain a bit bigger. Maybe. We'll think about it. We'll let it marinate for a little bit and we'll come back. Back in my day, I had Power Rangers. Power Rangers goated show as well. There's some really intense arguments started out on the playground about Power Rangers, you know, who would play the Red Ranger or the Blue Ranger. But there's a lot of good TV shows back then for kids. A lot. Nowadays, though, like I know there's Bluey and there's like Paw Patrol and stuff, but what else do they have? Even for like preteens. What do the preteens even watch anymore? Is there even programming for them? Because I'm gonna be honest, every Friday at 8/7 Central, I was definitely sat for Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and those shows. But I don't know if they have the same pool nowadays. That's a pretty nice door. Amazing. Okay. This is going to be the intro for the shop. The store gonna look bad, but I think we need something a bit more shoppy. If that makes sense. I couldn't think of a better way to say that. But I also want something kind of vintage. Maybe these. Yeah, that doesn't look bad actually. Let me go ahead and change out these stairs too, because we're not keeping these. They're just a placeholder. Don't forget windows on the bottom. Ah, gotcha. These kind of fit nicely. We'll stick with these. And the stupid trim. I mean, I get why, I guess, but why can't it just go all the way around? Or what if I shift click? Does that help? No, it won't. Wait a minute. That might kind of mess up things, because this is really low now. And we can't put a column. Or what if we switch it out for something else? Or the white? Like white stairs? Wait, I got lost. Also, Veer, hello. Good afternoon. This build and reshade combo reminds me of butter cookies. I'm so happy I'm not the only one that thinks that way. And by that, I mean, I like comparing stuff to food too. And I definitely see what you mean. Because it does. It does. But hello. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. You're doing fantastic, actually. Oops. I'm gonna have to replace this. Oh gosh. Wait a minute. Why did it take that away? I don't know. That looks kind of dumb, but... Is this dumb if we keep it like this? I know the answer is yes, but I want someone to say no. I want you to say no. That looks so dumb. But we need it. We need something. I'm stuck fixing my flop game, but otherwise just chilling. Ooh. What, like CC mod issues? Because if so, good luck. Good luck to you guys out there who's struggling with this game. Definitely not a fun time. Maybe make the balcony diagonal too. Yeah, that is an option. That's definitely an option. Oops. Okay, wait a minute. Or can I just delete this? No, that did not help either. Okay, let's try it right here. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that doesn't look as bad as I thought it would look. And maybe we can add a little awning over it. I don't know why I'm so like, I don't know. It's just something about the diagonal in this specific spot. Yeah, maybe once we add an awning, I'll feel a bit better about it. And we'll reposition the windows too, if I can. Okay. Yeah. And maybe change the color of the door. Or do I like the green? I think I do like the green. Yeah, we'll keep it green for now. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, guys. I think this is it. Oh yeah, windows at the bottom. I still forgot about that, even though you reminded me. Ooh, we can go for these big ones down here. Or the small ones. Maybe the small ones are better. These busted up windows. Those are really nice. See, we need more of this in the game. We need swatches that are like nice and pristine, and then we need some that are more busted and crusted. I wish they would do that more often. Or honestly, that could be like one of those base game updates they do in the future, where they go back and add broken down swatches. Oh man, I wish I was, okay, this is the only time I wish I was an EA game changer, because I don't know if they actually listen to their feedback, but that's something I would definitely push hard for. Time for our little greenhouse back here. Amazing. I love this so much. We're actually doing it. We're actually building in Ravenwood, and it's working out pretty well. Who would have thought? I would have thought, because I was actually feeling pretty confident, so. But it looks so good. It looks so good. Excellent work, everyone. We did a good job on this. Wait a minute. The ceiling's still here, though. Why is that? Is this a glitch or... Okay, I just had to manually remove it. I thought when you place a glass roof that the ceiling automatically disappears. I guess not, unless I did something wrong. Did you know we have glass walls? I do know that, but I like the look of these better. The glass walls, they're fine. But when I was building the museum for Nordhaven, I noticed that there's a really bad glare on them. And that's kind of annoying, so I don't want to deal with that here. But they are nice sometimes. I will give them that. They're not as bad as, what is it? The curved walls and stuff. Now those are just completely glitched and super annoying to deal with. All right. So I think we are fine to go inside and start doing the floor plan. We shouldn't have any issues here. But who knows? Who knows? I'm thinking we'll go with something pretty closed off, because I feel like open floor plan is definitely not what we would go for in this type of build. And I'm fine with that, because I actually prefer closed floor plans over open ones. I'm not really a fan of like the open spacious look. Also, since we're kind of being inspired by Gravity Falls when it comes to this family, should we try to add in like a little bit of mystery? Because, okay, I don't know if this is a spoiler, because Gravity Falls is kind of old. But if it is a spoiler, I mean, spoiler warning, just mute your video for like maybe a minute or so. But you guys know how in Gravity Falls, there's Grunkle Stan, and then there's his brother, who went missing when he was trying to... What was he trying to do again? He was doing something and he went missing. Should we do something similar to this, like this family? Maybe the owner, they also have a brother or sister, and they went missing. And so they just kind of took over in the meantime and turned it into a tourist trap. Maybe their sibling was trying to... what's the story? Maybe they were trying to investigate Grimm, or... who would they be trying to investigate? Or they were trying to investigate the vampire in the castle? Or maybe Olive Spectre? We have a few people of interest, or sims of interest that we can go with. Or we could even create our own. Like a boogeyman that goes around in the save. We have options. We definitely have options. I'm just throwing that out there so we can start thinking about it. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to go about doing this? Also have to be mindful of where I place the stairs. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we should have added like another floor. Because that would be kind of cool if the kids' bedroom is up here. Kind of how it is in Gravity Falls. That could be kind of cool to have their bedroom be up here. And it would be kind of small, but at the same time, I think there's just enough room to work with that. Huh, why is that the case? Huh? Why is it not putting it around here? Oh, that's why. Wait a minute. Does that even do anything? I didn't know you can change the wall height of the fences. No, it doesn't. Okay. Actually, I do like this. I like the added height that it gives this build. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely go with that. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself because I really should be focusing on the bottom floor first. It would be kind of cool. Okay, this is the kids' bedroom, right? And it's already kind of small. But we can add like a bit of a loft up here. So one of the kids, they sleep on the bottom part, and then we have like a bed up here for the top. I don't know how that would be gameplay wise. It might be kind of annoying, to be honest, but we'll see. And then we'll still have the stairs on the outside, because maybe, just maybe, we have like a very small little balcony right here. That could be kind of fun. And then we still have our stairs. And we'll have stairs that leads to the very top. I like that. But we can't fit the stairs. Darn. Okay, wait. I'm playing the game right now and I can't stop thinking about the new pack. I fear I might have to buy it as soon as it comes out. I mean, if you have to, you have to. You know, I'm not going to talk you out of it. I'm going to support your decision. And I completely understand why you feel that way. So no judgment on my part. Okay, the stairs, they're not gonna fit right here. I could do it. Okay, wait. Could curve it, but honestly I didn't want to do that. I do something like this. I don't know. I wouldn't mind this if we could put freezes around the fence, but we can't. So that's kind of annoying. I don't know. I don't know how we'll go about doing this back part. I gotta think about that a little bit more as well. Okay, but let's get back to the bottom floor and try to get the floor plan for that. Okay, so we have our greenhouse back here. We have a little balcony back here. So either, maybe the living room, and then we'll just have the kitchen back this way. How will the floor plan be set up in this type of house? I could just freestyle it. I guess. I guess maybe we could split it up this way. Kind of cut it in half with the stairs. The kitchen would be kind of small, but honestly, I don't mind that. I don't think they would have like a formal dining room area. So I think the cramped kitchen kind of makes sense. Possibly. So yeah, maybe we'll cut it right here. Oh wait, no, we'll bring it back some. That way we make sure we have enough room for the living space. Ooh, and maybe this will work out pretty good, because then, if you didn't notice, the second floor is very small. So we have enough room for the kids' bedroom, a bathroom, and maybe like a spare bedroom if we want to do it right here. And we stick the bathroom somewhere over here. Honestly, wait a minute. We'll expand the kids' bedroom this way. And then bathroom can be right here. Honestly, we'll just go ahead and take up all this space with the bathroom. That'll be our floor plan for the second floor. And then for the bottom floor, that is where we have the bedroom. And we have enough space for another bathroom? Maybe? I don't know. I kind of like the idea of there just being one bathroom in this house. So I might go with that. And this could be just a spare room as well. do something like this for now. Okay, yeah. I think we're gonna go with this for the floor plan. I'm fine with that. Maybe curve the stairs the other way, so that way they have the stairs go around the balcony instead of around the wall. Okay, wait, let me see if I know what you mean. Wait, where's the... I got confused. Okay, we're over here. Okay, let me read it one more time. Maybe curve the stairs the other way. Okay, so originally we had it this way. This is how we had it before. But you're saying curve it the other way. So they go around the balcony instead of around the wall. So you mean like back this way? Like have it... Am I correct in saying like this way? Is that what you're suggesting? And no worries, I'm bad at putting my thoughts into words too. But we'll figure it out. Only one bathroom? Yeah, because, you know, some houses are like that. Like my house is like that, for example. We only have one bathroom. Which is not as bad as you think it is. Like this? Okay, okay. If we do this, we might have to stretch out the bottom floor, though. So they can actually reach it. Let me see how I feel about that. And we can bring this out some. Sam, hello, hello. Hi, just remembered the stream. Glad to have you, glad to have you. Hope you've been having a good morning so far. We're currently working in Ravenwood. And I'll show you what we have so far. Give me just a minute. I'm trying to work out a little stair issue. Okay, the only way we'll be able to do this is if we stretch out the fencing a bit more. But then that's gonna clip with the windows a bit. Which, okay, that's not too bad. But I don't know how that'll look from the front. Okay, how do we feel about this? Because honestly, it doesn't look bad from the front. And from the side, I don't really care, because how often are you going to be paying that much attention to the side? You're not. But this is what we're working on, Sam. We're building a house, our first house in Ravenwood. And we're trying to figure out the stairs for the balcony part. Wait, I took the fencing away. Wait a minute, let me put that back, because that might change things too. Okay, no, it doesn't. Cool, cool. I don't know. We'll definitely get rid of this, though. That can be something we keep and we just sleep on. Or let marinate for a bit and see if we actually want to stick with this. Also makes the house look a bit funky too, but I think that adds to the character of the family. They're a bit wonky. I think it looks good. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not bad, it's not bad. And unfortunately though, if we do it this way, we wouldn't be able to add stairs. Because, well, first of all, they just wouldn't fit, I don't think. Or they do fit. But I don't like having the stairs on the outside like this. So we probably would go for a ladder. Or maybe we'll go for one inside. I don't know. But alright, we'll stick with this. And maybe we'll put wooden stairs instead. These nice rusted ones. Or not rusted, but worn ones. With this railing. Amazing. There we go. That looks really good. Alright, perfect, perfect. Also, let me save because... oh gosh, can you imagine if I didn't save? and my game crashed, I honestly would quit stream if that happened. Because I don't think I could recreate this. That would have been so terrible. Okay, there we go. Okay, but yeah, we got our floor plan situated. And then as far as the store downstairs, we might add like a second entrance. And we can probably squeeze that over here. For the most part, I think the only way you can access the store is through this front door. Maybe through the back too, depending on what we want to do outside. Because we still don't really know how we're going to set that up. Like what we're going to have out here. But for those of you just tuning in, by the way, we are building our first house in Nordhaven. And the story behind this is it's going to be a small business. So basically, there's a sim that lives in, not Nordhaven, did I say Nordhaven? In Ravenwood. There's a sim that lives in Ravenwood. And they kind of own a bit of a tourist trap in the town. Because if you don't know, Ravenwood is very spooky, very haunted vibes. There's a lot of ghosts and stuff going on. So they're capitalizing on that by luring in tourists and having them buy really expensive stuff. So that's the idea for this house, kind of based off of Gravity Falls, if you're familiar with that show. So the sim living here is a bit of a grunkle stan, and we're going to have Mabel and Dipper, like kids, staying with them. Ooh, yeah, let's go with this wallpaper. Blue and light walls. And some dark floors. Wicked Whims now has reminders to save every hour. So I've heard, but since this is doo-doo, unfortunately I don't have Wicked Whims in my game to remind me of that. When I build in doo-doo, I take out all my mods because I don't want to have any issues or anything. So I only have me, myself, and Nightbot to remind me to save. Which honestly, Nightbot, I have to adjust it because it's not doing a good job of reminding me to save. I don't think it's reminded me this whole stream. Nope. It's only reminded me to drink some water. Which I haven't even done. I need to get better at staying hydrated during stream. Matter of fact, let me drink some right now. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Very nice. Let's also go ahead and throw some windows up here too. Sprinkle some around the house. And I think we're going to use those same railings that we used out here because I just really like these railings. Like I said, Life and Death, I think the reason I really love the build buy so much is just the textures on a lot of these items. Because look at this. Look at this wood. That looks so good. Compared to something like, let me see. Something like this. Which, I mean, it's fine in certain circumstances, but it's not as good as this one. All right. That looks good. It's gonna be kind of closed off. Or maybe it might be better if we do a door instead of a doorway. We can go for these. Okay, yeah, I like those for our doors. But I don't like how the doors are just out here, so I think I might create a little hallway. Is that really necessary? Not really, but I just think it'll look better from an aesthetic point of view. And we'll get a little doorway for that. Yeah, that looks much better than just having the doors be out in like the main room. Oi, okay. Now, let's get some doors so we can actually get out here, and then we'll start actually furnishing this place. Oh, it's almost 2 hours. Okay, that's fine. I want to get started on the furnishing though, so if we go over, that's fine. That's completely fine with me. Question is, what kind of doors though? What are some good outdoor doors? Maybe something like this. Okay. That's fine. Let's get started on this kitchen. Did we get any new kitchen counters with Life or Death? Or Life and Death? We did, but these are super fancy. I do not want to use those. Maybe we could go with Old Faithful. Or we could also go with these from the Country Kitchen one. I think the way I'm going to go about furnishing this house, I like the idea of it being pretty colorful and eclectic. Because I feel like they're a bit of a wacky family. So I want that to be pretty evident in how their home is done. Also, I hate how the stairs... I thought they fixed this. I thought they claimed they fixed this, but the railing still glitches into the wall, which is super annoying. Ooh, I like this stove. Let's It's a really good stove, actually. From the spellcaster kit, or not kit, the, what is it called? Whatever that kit is, or pack, you know what I'm talking about. I don't really use many items from that pack, because honestly, the build buy for that was kind of underwhelming. I don't know why I bought that pack. Well, actually, that's a lie. There's some good build and buy in that, but most of it is not that great. I might do shelving over here. Let's see. Maybe we'll just go with this. And we'll do shelving on this side. Or maybe not. I don't know. I thought I did. I don't know. I don't know, I'm putting so much thought into this. I think I'll just stick with this for now. And then we'll put the fridge over here. Just kind of tucked away in the corner. Wait, we can add a waddles. I wonder if there's any pigs on the gallery. I wonder if anyone's made any. Let me check real quick before I get too committed to the idea. A pig. Wait a minute. Someone did make a pet pig. It looks kind of crazy though. It looks kind of scary, not gonna lie. Do I want that running around the save? I kind of do. So I'm just gonna save it for now. Oh, wait. I was gonna say that one's kind of cute, but... Okay, wait, this one's not bad. This one's not bad for a pig. You can also save this one. Maybe they could have a sheep or a goat because that pig is scary. But that's kind of the charm though. Like, it looks like a very scuffed pig. What about this one? Sir Onkingson. Raccoons and foxes are in-game options. Yeah, I mean, they are. Like, we could go that route. But honestly, I like the idea of just having like an actual pet in the household. And that pet being a pig. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Or this one doesn't look too bad. We'll come back to the idea of that, of having a pig. Wow, look how dark my reshade is. Okay, we'll have our little ice box just sitting over here in the corner. And yeah, this is not a bad sized kitchen actually. We're able to fit everything we need to. What kind of chairs do we want to go with? We'll go with the classic cats and dogs chairs. Have it tucked over here. Okay, let's get set up for the kitchen. I'm just kind of getting the basics down right now, and then we'll go back and clutter and all that stuff. And instead of the overhead lights in the bedrooms, I like the idea of going for wall sconces instead. Question is, which ones should we go for? I want something a little old, a little vintage. Maybe these. And it's not terribly dark in here either, especially since we have all these windows letting in light. So yeah, I'm fine with this. Going with just the sconces. So my stomach is starting to growl. I did not have breakfast. Okay, now for the living room. Let me go for these couches. I'm thinking maybe this family, they're not originally from Ravenwood. So they moved here, or at least the owner, they moved here after their sibling went missing. They're probably from, I don't know, where could they be from? San Sequoia. It might be from San Sequoia. Or maybe even San Myshuno. One of those places. So I feel like the furniture that we have in this place is kind of at odds with the style of the home. We'll get our grunkle stand chair down here. Perfect, perfect. How's Moon? Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day so far. Currently building our first home in Why do I keep saying Nordhaven? I guess I still have Nordhaven on the brain. Currently building our first home in Ravenwood. And it's actually going really well. Let me show you. This is what we have so far. It's very nice, if I do say so myself. So the outside is pretty much done. We're just furnishing the inside. Honestly, I have a feeling I'm gonna love Ravenwood too. It's not bad so far. And the home is banging. Thank you, thank you. Wait, did you complete Nordhaven already? Yeah, we finished that up last stream. So we finally finished the museum. Went ahead and started setting up the relationships. But yeah, Nordhaven is pretty much done. Well, there's a few things that I have to finish off camera that I'll probably knock out this weekend. But yep, Nordhaven is done. We are finally finished. We can move on. Maybe this type of setup. What else would they have? Should we give them an aquarium? I feel like I rarely place aquariums here. Or is that something we should put in the shop? It does fill up the space pretty nicely. Trying to think what kind of things would they even have in their living room. I'm very tempted to pull up Gravity Falls, like the house, and use that as a reference, but I'm not going to. I need to think on my own what I can do. My favorite neighborhood is Morningvale, I think. It's so dark there though, so it's hard to build, but still so fire. I don't know which neighborhood we're building in right now. This isn't Morningvale, isn't it? That's the one like over there. Maybe. I don't know how I point over there. You can't even see anything over there, but I don't think this is Morningvale. Oh no, this is Crow's, whatever it is. It's the Crow's neighborhood. What kind of business is it? It's gonna be a tourist trap. So they sell like a lot of like, crappy souvenirs, but also the owner, they do like tarot readings and like the seance stuff, but they're not really that good. They're kind of a scammer, to be honest. But basically they offer the Ravenwood experience to tourists. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna start dragging out some stuff so I have an idea of how I want to clutter this place. An aquarium should probably be in the shop, I think. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I might end up moving this downstairs and we replace it with something else. God, I love Gravity Falls. Honestly, Gravity Falls is a really good show. If you guys haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. Especially the later seasons, once you actually get into like the main plot. Bill is like top tier. Top tier. I have some board games. Maybe some of these. A decent amount of board games for our Mabel-esque sim. She's always getting them to come down here and play some games. We'll put this somewhere. Honestly, I'll just drag out all the stuff we'll probably use around the house. Or maybe not, that's a little too much. Oh, wait a minute. Before I forget, wow, this is really huge down here. Okay, we're probably not using all the space. I'm just gonna say that right now. We're not using all of this. But one of these rooms, we can have that be kind of like a secret room of some sort. Hopefully I remember that idea. But I think, yeah, we're gonna do that. And then what do we have over here that we can use? Oh, we can definitely put this downstairs. I can be behind the cash register. They wouldn't actually have a bar, but I do like that for being behind the register. I think that could look pretty nice. This, let's see, what else? Definitely put this in the store downstairs. I think the store would be really fun to decorate. I'll for sure make sure I do the store on stream because I think that will be really fun. Okay, I may have to dip because I gotta take a nap, but I'll watch your VOD. No worries, no worries. I hope you have a good, nice, relaxing nap. Hope you're well rested afterwards. And I'll see you next time. I appreciate you for stopping by. I have a wellness scammer in North Haven, runs scammy lectures, teaches meditations, and sells supplements. Yeah, there's just something about having like a scammer sim that is so fun. I don't know why. But honestly, any type of like grayish sim, they're just my favorite type of sims to play. Like they're not evil, but also they're not that good of a person. What if we have a china cabinet? That might be kind of dumb, but I don't know. I feel like that's something they might have in here. Maybe one of these things too. What do you call this? A terranium? I forgot what they're called. Maybe not this one. We'll go with this one instead. I like how the frog looks better. I don't know if I already placed this down, but I'll place it again. Alright. We have that so far. That's not bad. It's a pretty good start. Let's try to make something happen in here. Okay. We're gonna contuck this back here. I like that. We have our board games. Maybe, okay. We're moving the aquarium downstairs. We can try to fit a gaming table over here. Also, what is this? Oh, that's from downstairs. Okay. Yeah, we'll fit a little gaming table. Like I said, our Mabel sim, she just likes playing games and stuff. So we'll have that down here for the family. She's always forcing them to come down and play. And then Dipper, he plays that, was it Dungeons and More Dungeons? I think that's what they call it in the show. Man, now I kind of want to watch Gravity Falls again. Such a good show. But yeah, that works out perfect actually. And let's see. Maybe actually, what kind of shelving do we have? We have this one. I wish we had more shelving in this game. We really don't have that many options when you scroll through and look at everything. I mean, we can go for this one. I wanted something where we can put this in. Yeah, these aren't really good options. I don't like how most of these look. Maybe we do a combination. Or try to combine these two. Totally different swatches, but I think it still kind of works. Okay, yeah, let's go with something like this. Or how about this one? Okay, maybe this one might work better. Yeah, that fits a bit better. So we can get rid of this. And we're just gonna go crazy on this back wall with some of the art and stuff. Definitely a radiator, because I'm starting to get into where I don't put thermostats in every single home. Like for example, in Nordhaven, I don't think I put any thermostats in those homes. I mostly just went with radiators. So I want to do that here too. But I don't know if the one from Vampire Pack, I don't know if this is functional. But I know for sure that these are functional. So I'll just go with these instead. And yes, it might not be realistic to have something right beside the radiator, but you know what? We don't have any other choice, so we're just going to do that. It'll be okay. Or maybe we can put it over here. Yeah, we'll just put it over here instead. That works. There's not any more swatches of, not swatches. These are all the slots. It's kind of disappointing. Whatever. Let's put the milk carton over here, because I feel like whoever the sim is, they're the type to actually drink out of the carton, which, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I also drink out of the carton only if I'm living alone. So back in my old place, when it was just me, I'm not gonna lie, I would just drink out of the carton. But if there's other people also here, then I wouldn't do that because, you know, that's inconsiderate. I wouldn't want to drink after someone like that, so I wouldn't force anyone to drink after me like that. Do I want this over here? Maybe we'll put it over here instead. This is where one of our kids sims. They're always just working on crafts and stuff. What else can we throw around here? Maybe we'll put this box behind the couch. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And we'll put this phone over here. Okay, yeah. I don't mind that. Let's start putting some stuff on the walls. Maybe some random crafts, because like we said, they're always working on crafts. Oh, and the little knitting. Wait, can kids knit in this game? I can't remember. I feel like they can, but also who knows? This game is kind of weird sometimes when it comes to what kids can and can't do. Yes, they can. Okay, good. So we can definitely throw that down here as well. I for sure want to put this in here. And let's start to clutter this wall up some. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we won't go too crazy for the wall decor. Maybe this is enough. This is enough, and then we'll go crazy downstairs. Like, that's where we'll do all, like, our wall decor frenzy stuff down there. But up here, I don't know, I think this kind of makes sense. Because I don't know, I feel like the person that originally bought the house, like their brother or sister, they were just moving into some place because, you know, they need to do some research. So just like Gravity Falls, they were just moving here so they can like study what's happening and try to figure out what's going on. And then after they disappeared and when their sibling moved in, maybe that's when they slowly started to add some of their own personality, because before it was just really basic. Okay. But yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind this at all. Maybe a few more crafts sprinkled around though. I can put this over here. Again, it's probably not the best place to place it, given that there's a heating device over here, but you know, it's The Sims. Sometimes you have to remind yourself it's The Sims. You don't really have to focus on that type of stuff. Okay, there we go. I always make their grandparents teach them. Aw, that's so cute. That's such a good idea. Unfortunately, I usually don't play long enough for grandparents to be a thing. I want to one day though. I will finish a legacy challenge. And I'm going to add that to one of my goals. Oh wait, maybe I should add that shelving that we got from Nifty Knitting. Can we tuck it away somewhere? Kind of fits over here. That might be too much. I might be trying to fit too much over here. But I don't hate it at the same time. I acknowledge that we don't need to have it here, but I also kind of want it over here. I just make grandparents a lot. See, I don't even do that. I make a lot of elders, but I don't really make them grandparents. They're just kind of there most of the time. I also only get to 3rd gen max before I start over. That's farther than me though. I think, well, the farthest I did get was 3rd, but any other time, I just kind of clock out after the 1st generation. Because I don't know, like, I usually play on long lifespan, so I'm playing them for a long time. And then I do get attached to them, and then when it's time to, I don't know, switch to the next generation. Maybe it's boredom, maybe I just don't want to give up the old generation. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, one day I will finish a legacy. I'm gonna speak it into existence. Okay, very nice, very nice. And then a pet bed for our future animal. We can have that be over here. But I think this is pretty good for the living room. I'm satisfied with this. I might go back. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I keep tripping over my words. I might go back and add some scratches and stuff on the walls later. But I think this is pretty good for now. You need someone to voice the kids off onto. That makes sense. The most I had was 5 gens. And that save file still lives in my head rent free. Dang. I could only wish to make it to 5. I don't understand how people do like the alphabet challenge where they get, was it like 26 generations? That's absolutely insane. You have to be playing with short lifespan. There's no way. There's no way. And that's also another issue of mine. I don't like playing on short lifespan. I feel like it's too rushed and there's not enough time to let things marinate. The shortest I can do is normal, but even then, I'll like pause aging so I don't feel as rushed. But most of the time, I'm playing on long lifespan. That's more so my speed. Oops. What happened here? No! That messed up everything. Okay. Maybe we'll just have to do it this way. That's kind of disappointing. I don't like my Sims to die. I just play rotationally. I don't let most Sims die of old age. Oh, so they just live on forever? Like, how does that work? I don't mind my Sims dying. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. I mean, I will get sad though. Especially now that we have funerals. I think that makes things even worse. It's, oh, you know, wait a minute. Isn't there like a new death that came with Life and Death where Sims can pass away in their sleep? I think I would actually cry if I had to go through that. So I take back my statement. I don't know how I feel about my Sims dying anymore. The game has changed. The game has definitely changed. Yeah, when my favorite Sims and that save file died, I cried a little. That makes it easier to continue with the next gen. Does it? Does it? Well, yeah, I guess so. Because I was able to move on in that one save file I played where I reached 3 generations. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. What do we have left? Bedroom. I guess we can make this some type of generic study. This could be a spare bedroom up here. Then we have the kids' bedroom. Then we have that bathroom. Okay. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably work on these rooms off stream and this one as well. And then the next time we stream, we can focus more on the store at the bottom and the kids' room. Because I think the kids' room will be fun to decorate too. And then yeah, hopefully we'll finish this one next stream. And I'll probably start working on some other stuff around Nordhaven so we can kind of move it along. Because the goal is for Nordhaven. Hopefully we can finish this world halfway through October. Might be ambitious, but I really want to do that. And then we can end off October. I don't know if we'll start on Tomarang just yet, because there are some other worlds that I have some things that I need to finish. So maybe the second half of October is us just finishing those things. And then November is where we can finally finish the save file. We'll knock out Tomarang, and maybe we'll do the new world. I don't know, honestly, because I just want to finish the save so I can start working on some other saves. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end stream here. It's been pretty productive. We've been going for like a decent while, 2 hours and 30. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We made some really good progress today. Can't wait to see what we get up to. I will be live next Tuesday at my normal time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So like I said, we'll probably finish up this house and focus strictly on Ravenwood. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or evening. Shout out to the VOD watchers as always. You can watch this VOD on YouTube. I will be posting it there. So yeah, that's all I have to say. All right, goodbye everyone. Thanks for watching.